2009 is starting to wind down, and that means it's time to start thinking about taxes. The good news is that there is time to make some simple moves that will end up saving you money on your tax bill. And with us now to discuss ways to save is Stephanie AuWerter, contributing editor for smartmoney.com. Good morning.
Hi, Michelle. Great to see you.
When we take a look at the economy the way it is and the stock market the way it is it a good time to consider dumping underperforming stocks and mutual funds that you have in your portfolio?
It really is. Selling stocks or mutual fund shares at a loss can be a very powerful tax strategy. And the fact of the matter is that a lot of people do still have big losses in their portfolio, despite the fact that the broader market is up about 18% this year. Now, the way that this works is you use those losses to offset any realized capital gains that you have this year. If you don't have any of those, you can use them to offset up to $3,000 in ordinary income. And if you still have losses after that, you can carry them forward and use them next year. You know, lots of times we do hang on to a dud investment, hoping it's going to improve, when a better move is to sell at a loss, enjoy this tax break, and move on to something else.
Time to move on for sure.
Move on.
What about your retirement contribution? That can be a really powerful tax saving tool.
This really is so simple. The more you contribute to a tax-advantaged account this year, the smaller your 2009 tax bill is going to be. So if you do have a 401k that allows you to adjust your contributions whenever you want, you do still have a big enough window this year to get in some significant money into your account. Now, for most employees, the maximum employee contribution for 2009 is $16,500. And I do think it's worth noting that when the stock market sees gains, like we've seen over the past few months, they happen very rapidly. The stock market moves in fits and starts. So if you are sitting on the sidelines waiting to time this thing, you are missing out.
I like this next bit of advice you have. Do some winter cleaning and clean out your closet. How can that make a huge difference on your tax bill?
I love this tip, and I do this all the time. You can get rid of some junk and lower your tax bill at the same time by donating used clothes, books, or furniture to a charitable organization like the Salvation Army. You can reduce your taxable income. Now, there are a couple of loopholes here. The first one is that you need to itemize your taxes, and the second one is that you need a receipt. Now, for the smaller donations, you don't need to attach the receipt to your tax returns, but it's always good to have them in case you are audited. But I do love this tip because it is a way to do good and do good by your wallet at the same time.
One of the major savings for people is the mortgage interest that you have to pay as a tax deduction. Are you allowed to prepay that, so you pay an extra payment in 2009 that would have normally gone to 2010?
Yes, you can, and this can be a clever tax move. The idea here is that you'll get a tax break in 2009 rather than pushing it into 2010. So by doing an extra mortgage payment, by prepaying that January payment, you'll be making 13 payments this year rather than 12, giving you a bigger mortgage tax break on that mortgage interest. Now, this is a smart move if you think you're going to be in the same tax bracket next year or a lower one.
And lastly, explain to us why a car could help out your tax bill.
Well, if you are in the market for a new car, don't wait too long. There is a one-time tax break this year for folks who bought a car between February 17th of this year and December 31st. And the tax break is that you can deduct the state and local taxes. Now, this is available to you regardless of whether you itemize your tax return. That said, if you do make the big bucks, you're probably not going to be eligible. But for everyone else, it's a really good deal.
And you can see that rebate keep clicking up and up and up, which we like.
That's right. That's right.
Stephanie AuWerter from smartmoney.com. Stephanie, thanks so much for the tips.
Great to see you.
And for more money-saving tips, go to the up-to-the-minute page at cbsnews.com and click on Money Talks.